So I've noticed that this. I'll pause this. I'm uploading a video. I'm trying to save this video that I recorded on my iPad of some wasps. Basically, I'm here in my thing, and I was noticing this leaf here, and I could blow this up real quick. You can see the leaf here. It has been, obviously, it has fallen from the tree, so it has no source of water and nutrients going in through the where it normally flowed through. And you can see where it has completely dried up, and then where it's drying up over here. So in another way, you can look at this like skin, human skin, and that's what happens when people don't eat correctly, or they don't give themselves enough nutrients and stuff like that as well into their body, and their skin can become like dried out like this. And that's why it's important to give our bodies whatever they need, because naturally everything in this world is going to try and attempt to cure itself and fight off any type of infections, which is what really, in simplest terms, what it really comes down to is a chemical reaction that occurs. So here you can see there's a bunch of little spots where this dehydration process is taking place on the leaves over here as well. And that's because it's not connected to the source. And I know that the Bible talks about that in John chapter 15 with the vine and the branches. It says the vine and the branches, John chapter 15 verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. See, so Jesus is the one that provides us the nutrients and stuff like that, I think. I'm not sure. Like, he's the one that plugs us in with the Father. Because without Jesus, we wouldn't be connected to the Father. God's wrath would have still been upon us all. But thanks to Jesus, we now have true connection with the Father. And it says, I am the vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit. See, so we're connected with Jesus, obviously. And the Father cuts off every branch in Jesus that bears no fruit. But every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, Jesus, as I also remain in you. Because God is in us and outside of us. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me, in Jesus. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me, my word words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. Not in greedy motives, not because you want to get rich and go live in an island and die someday all by yourself, but ask so you could give to others, so you could bring something to this world. Then, we're talking business, of course. So if you remain in me, my words remain in you, ask what you wish, and it will be done for you. That's game right there. God's not playing around. Jesus ain't fucking around with you bitch ass motherfuckers out there, player hating, just bragging about everything that you have, all the riches you have gained. You can shove them up your ass. No one gives a fuck. Anyways, this is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so you might go and bear fruit that will last, so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there that could be misinterpreted or not, whatever. But it doesn't take away from these facts here. That without the proper nutritions, proper way of absorbing the food, then it won't be able to stay alive. It's like someone throwing water over your body. It's not going to keep you alive. It's like this: a leaf with water, like that. That's not going to keep you alive, because what's happening here? There's leaf. There's water on the outside, like a human. Let me say just pool, because I don't want to say wet, because it might show some naked people or whatever. So when I say what I wrote, human in pool, it might show someone that is obviously has been in the water. Well, anyway, look at it. It's like this one, right? That's what this leaf in water is. Like us, we could go swimming, we could be in the water, but that won't provide us any nutrients and vitamins into our mouth. The leaf's mouth is the little vine thing, that has been cut. So if we come back over here, this here, where it's cut off from, is the mouth. This is where the nutrients need to flow into, like a vein, like a IV. And doctors can probably, like scientists could probably keep this leaf alive if they were to do that. If they were to plug it in and put some type of water system there with the right type of with the right type of chemicals. But just like the human body, you can't just cut someone's head off and then connect it to so it can stay alive. Like it's more complicated than that. There's the because it requires more than that. Our bodies require more than water. It requires water, um, oxygen, and a bunch of other things. So it's highly complicated and like what is that word, like um, detailed. It's there's more going on there that we can't see, and that's the same thing with the leaf over here. There's a lot more going on and and this little thing, that the little leaf, the twig that has been cut off, you can't just connect a tube and expect it to continue growing. Like there's little minute things in there that if a scientist were to look into, they could probably keep it live longer than a ordinary leaf that just fell if tests were conducted and performed. So yeah, and then I know like Caroline Leaf, with she was interviewed by Kenneth Copeland Ministries, and she's a brain neurologist, and that's probably the same kind of concept. You think negative thoughts, is this what's going to happen? Think positive thoughts and stuff like that. It's going to stay green, and it's going to fight off the negative stuff, the dead stuff even, and it can grow into this all over again and restore it. So there's a bunch of things that we are beginning to understand on a big scale and minute scale. It just depends how you look at it. You could like zoom in or out. And I was looking at this at this video that I was recording, and it's the same thing here. See, there's this little this wasp, this bee, a hornet, and it's looking up. These little things know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and my camera just shut off. But these little hornets know exactly what they're doing, and they know how to communicate with one another, just like dogs, or like wolves, or any other type of animal. They know when there's a predator outside trying to attack them, trying to kill them, or go in and take whatever they have. So they know exactly how to defend themselves and all that stuff. People just look at them like stupid little bees that don't know anything, that are useless, and they matter too in our lives and everyday life, just like we do in the human race. It's just the lack of education that we have, but thanks to the internet and the knowledge that a lot of people have put in there, now we have the ability to go in and study this stuff if we really wanted to. Just like the stuff that now. That shit just didn't fucking fall from the sky and land in your fucking head like a raindrop, motherfucker, bitch. Like someone had to teach you that shit. You remember going to school? You didn't want to listen to your bitch ass teachers. You thought you were better than everyone. You thought you would never use the stuff that you were learning, and you never thought you would be, that you would implement that in your life, in your everyday life. But now you think you're fucking headstrong and fucking all knowledgeable and powerful, and you forgot that you could still learn some shit. Like, motherfuckers were killing a lot of shit off. Like, and yeah, these things can be relocated. Like, you don't have to be fucking retarded and fucking say, oh, they have to be there or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, you motherfuckers know what time it is, It's time to do some shit. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I thought it was really, really cool and neat. And like, who knows what else, science can, do, to, and what science, medical breakthroughs this could bring, by looking closer into this and doing different experiments on these stems and stuff to keep every leaf uh, alive and green for a longer duration of time, and then monitoring that comparatively to a naturally withered leaf. And then obviously that will also deter in in the weather conditions and the exposure of sunlight or not, and a bunch of other factors. But this is like looking at someone's medical condition from the outside. So next time you go out and look at some leaves, think about all that shit. Because we're not all gonna be here forever. Eventually, we're gonna be this dry little spot out here, and we're gonna be frozen. We will not be on this side. We won't be able to help this other side any longer. You know, but with knowledge, we could bring this green and save that which was lost, or that was rotten or stolen, or whatever. Things can be restored, people, and that's what God wants to do. He wants to restore His kingdom. He wants to restore us to each other and stuff like that. Not in a, I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna say fuck all of you, and and I'm gonna be king and I'm gonna fucking sit on my throne and all you motherfuckers are gonna bow down to me. No, not that type of fucking mentality. Like, He wants to bring prosperity to everyone and happiness to everyone. Like, quit hating and quit thinking that other people want to be above you. You know, it's not even about all that. It's just about what it really comes down to is, saving each other and saving each other's lives and preserving one another as long as we can here on earth, because we only get to live for a certain amount of years and then we're gone. Ain't that a bitch? So, yeah, that's the reality of the whole thing. So you can get mad, you can get angry, it's okay. You can express your feelings. It's okay. Let it out. Don't be a bitch and hold it in. Don't be a bitch and hold it in. Express your feelings. It's okay to. So you could get mad at whoever the fuck you want to get angry with, but this is what God fucking wants for us. This is what people have died for in the past to give us. So you can just look at it like that if you don't fucking believe in God. Okay? So if you're someone that does not believe in God, then that's one way you could look at it. Now, if you believe in God, then great for you. Fucking go praise Jesus at church, bitch. It's great. No one's knocking that shit. No one's saying shit, bitch. It's just you running your mouth. So next time you're outside and you're looking at some leaves, just remember the game. Player hating as bitches.
Makes it pretty good. It's very silly. The big one, but the little one. I'll be right back.